automatic pet feeders to AI vacuums, our homes are becoming smarter by the day. But does it ever feel like your technology knows a little too much about you?
So tech expert Trevor Long joins us in Sydney now to answer the questions we've all wondered. Are our smart homes spying on us? Well, Trev, good morning. Firstly, talk us through some of the household devices that may be collecting personal information.
Morning, Sylvia and DC. Look, I think you have to admit that pretty much anything you've connected to the internet that you can access on your phone is collecting information about you in some way, shape or form. So that might be the light bulbs, could be the cameras, certainly could be sensors around your home. Pretty much all of these conveniences that we've created for our lives, they require data to be used somewhere in some way, and some of that data is stored therefore in the cloud, and that's the concern here is who has access to it and why do they need it?
Wait a second, what kind of data are they gathering, Trevor, and where is all that data going?
Well, just think about a motion sensor, which is a really simple thing, but doesn't identify anyone, right? But there's a motion sensor in the room that I'm in now. It knows every time I come in here. Now, that for me is a convenience that allows me to turn lights on and off when I'm here and when I'm not. But does the company that I bought that from, do they have a record of that? Is it being stored, or is it only used by me and my systems? Those are unfortunately the questions that we need to unpack that there aren't easy answers to, because there are so many companies and millions of pages of legal documents. So it's a lot about what you want to hand over in terms of trust when it comes to these devices.
Well, are they taking too much? Do these devices really need to know so much about us?
I think that's a simple question for the average person to say, do I need it to do these things? So, for example, I love the fact that I don't have to turn lights on here and it just happens, right? So I'm essentially prepared to trade off the convenience for the potential for them to have too much information, but it's also about trust. What's the company and do I know who they are, and are they just some little startup from China, or are they a huge global brand, and is there more or less trust in those things? When you buy a product, are you buying something that does way more than you need it to do? So if you're buying a camera, do you just need to look at it live? Good. Then don't buy one that stores information and videos for 60 or 90 days. Buy what you need, not what they are just offering you up as a smart solution. I
mean, OK, that's convenience versus the privacy debate. So if you want to buy something and you want to protect your privacy, how do you limit the information that you share? Is there something you can click in the terms and conditions?
I think it comes down to that immediacy of the setup. Often we buy something and then we're like, yes, yes, yes in the app. So don't be just clicking through those things. Have a look at what you're agreeing to. I often untick the items and then see if it lets me continue through, because it's like signing up for a newsletter. I don't need it, so I'm going to continue through. But using trusted brands, really important thing, because it means that you do have a little bit of extra faith. Update the firmware on devices that they come through, because any lack of privacy that might have existed accidentally might be updated with new firmware. Monitor the internet, read about data breaches. Just be cautious and take time to think about these things.
Something that has only just been brought to my attention is Wi-Fi. What role does that play in the collection of information and data?
So every Wi-Fi network is unique, and essentially there's things like every Wi-Fi network has a location. Your Wi-Fi network is the core to getting the information out. So often protecting your Wi-Fi is the most important part of making sure that information doesn't go into the wrong hands. So I've only been talking about the legitimate use of companies that provide the devices. But what you don't want is an unauthorised actor or someone on your Wi-Fi network that can then monitor your network and devices on it. You don't want someone parked out on the street on your Wi-Fi network who can look through your cameras or see where the lights are on and off and where motion is. So you've got to have that concern and that strict privacy and security over your Wi-Fi network.
All right, but is this just making us paranoid? That's the thing. That's what I'm worried about here. Am I just going to get a call from my mother? It's like, I think everything's listening to me. Can't we just trust things, Trev, that we buy at a shop?
I'm a big fan of trust, but that's critical, Dave. You buy it at a shop, much more trust. If you're buying these things on random websites on the internet, I don't have trust at all. But if you buy it at a shop, these things can be lifesavers. A motion sensor in an elderly person's home might alert their family members that there isn't motion today like there normally is, and that could be something that you can then do a welfare check on. So there's huge benefits to this smart stuff. We shouldn't be too drawn up in the privacy concerns, but we should be smart about what we trust and who we trust. Shop big retail, you're in a better place.
Love your work, Trev. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. See you soon.
Cheers.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and... What's my name again?
Oh my goodness, Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?
Always happens.